Welcome to the Fitness Oracle, where we have real conversations with real people just like you, with real stories just like yours. And this is one of the stories. Today, we sit down with Arjit Ghosh from Fitness Fortitude. He is a sales and marketing professional with 18 years of experience. He's a Fit India ambassador under the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, part of the government of India, marathon runners since 2014, a fitness mentor, a pioneer for the concept of fitness fortitude, which is a global platform for positive and passionate individuals who will create a healthy planet. Today, we talk about some um, very insightful topics with Arjit. He's a good friend of mine. We talk about listening to your mind and body. We talk about self-care habits, mental strength, what it takes, dealing with negative emotions, and identifying your biggest competitor. It's a great episode filled with a ton of tips. And I really know that you are going to get a ton of value out of this. But before we get into the episode, what I want you to do is I want to ask you that if you are a podcaster who is struggling to find balance in your business with your health and wellness, Resilient Reboot Productions is here to help. Our community of expert podcasters provides you with the tools, resources, and support you need to build a thriving podcasting business while prioritizing your well-being. We know that success is about more than just hard work. It's also about resilience, fulfilling your career in podcasting that lets you live your best life. Don't let burnout stand in the way of your dreams. Join Resilient Reboot Productions today. And now, before you do that, or open it up in a new window because the link is in the show notes below, enjoy the show. Arijit, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you for inviting and giving me an opportunity to be included in your show.
Absolutely, absolutely, and part of the community too. Now you're going to become part of the Resilient Reboot Productions family now. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. After all, our all objectives of all of us lies with the spread positivity through fitness across the world.
Absolutely, 100%. So, I saw on your Facebook recently that you participated in the Mumbai Marathon. How did that go?
Uh, this Marathon is being organized by the Indian Navy, Armed Forces, one of the wing of the Armed Forces, Indian Navy, and this is my first event post-pandemic. Uh, 2021, as we know, we are all going through some terrible situations, humanitarian crisis. And 22, most of the physical events have been kickstarted across the world. So yes, we need to plan out because since I stay in New Delhi and Mumbai again is 2.5 hours flight by from Delhi, so we need to plan out and everything. So I decided that this will be the first event. So that wasn't perfect. It is a half marathon, although I was planning to do a full marathon itself. But anyhow, to start begin with 21.1 because it's almost we are hitting in the start line and finish line almost 2.5 years. So there is always a difference between virtual events and the physical events because in physical events you get to know thousands of runners within India and outside India also because there are so many international runners also there. Uh, Absolutely, it's one perfect weather. This last November, that is 20th. Today is 27th in India. So last 20th, this time only, I was running on Mumbai roads because marathon was flagged off around 5:30 sharp, and we are running this time. So it was an really uh, enriching and very exciting experience. Because I always used to miss those, those experiences. Last experiences was in February 2020. After that, we all gone on a virtual modes. We have been caged for almost 2.5 years. So we are all doing on virtual modes. So it was an absolutely fine. My timing was also, I clocked a good time, almost 2:15 was my timing. Yes, there is always scope of improvements, and we'll be doing better in the next coming events, maybe in Jan or maybe Feb. I'm planning to have more events.
Very good.
Uh,
Very good. I always ask these two questions before we really kick off the show. And the first question is, what got you first interested in running and the work that you do with fitness fortitude?
See, there are two aspects: running and fitness fortitude. Uh, I used to be a fitness freak. Uh, I came into this marathons in 2014. One of my cousin brother, he is quite senior to me. He is serving colonel in Indian Army, and he has motivated me. He has seen me running on roads in the parks, and he only motivated me that Arijit, you should come. You should hit the finish line, because running solo running at your place isn't such a thing. But if you are a good runner, then people should know. I'm not saying that should play the trumpets or maybe some doing some shows or maybe some kind of an articles you publish. But obviously, if you're a good runner, then people come to show. People will notice about your running, about your improvements. So my first marathon, it was in 2014, and since then, uh, it has given a boost up my moral, my confidence. That time, India doesn't have too much of events, physical events. Very few, very minuscule events are there. Yes, running communities, obviously, because running is an part of every sports, outdoor, indoor. Whether you play cricket, whether you play soccer, whether badminton, volleyball, basketball, you need to be have. You need to start with running, because the endurance, the ability, the stability, the momentum, the pace that you get in running, that will be required in all the sports, outdoor sports. Yes, besides, I'm in very gym freak also. You can see like my Facebook post, I used to post so many gym posts working out. But the running has given me that goosebumps, that confidence. Because before going off, before setting my, the day's work, if I don't run, so it always gives me some, brings some negativities throughout the day. As I finish, even it's in 5K may run, or maybe a 7K or 10K, because you need to be active throughout the day on your professions also. Yes, on Sundays I go for a long run, because Saturday, Sundays, you don't have that much of pressure, motivation. So this is an aspect that has brought me into the running. So since 20, from 2014 to 20, it was a lot of physical events. I used to participate almost uh, 8 to 10 physical events. So traveled across India in different, all the promising events I have done. Then we are planning for world marathon majors: Chicago, Boston, New York, London, Berlin, and Tokyo. But unfortunately, we all know the rest is the history, what is happening in 2020. But I didn't stop it. I used to run during lockdown also, go for an early morning run around 4 o'clock, because we are all caged at that time, and the police was been patrolling. Nobody is coming out to check whether anybody is coming out or not. And there are many stories also been published by the running channel, the running community, the UK groups. It was a great honor for me that they have recognized my achievements or the way I present myself. That time, these 2 years, uh, I did participated in a lot of virtual events, marathon, full and half both. And then again, this is my first event, first physical event post pandemic, last 20th November that I did in Mumbai. This is one aspect for my running and gym fitness. Now coming to the fitness fortitude, as we know that we are also part uh, since 1 year, almost 1 year, we know each other. And I really miss your daily bites. Used to post early the daily bites from Canada, from
They might be coming back.
yes, yes, I really appreciate you. Uh, from 2021 was a very crucial, this 1 year. What I have seen, what I have noticed, a lot of people, as we know that they have lost their employments. There are a lot of negativities around us. People not enjoying their regular life because we are human beings. We are been accustomed to certain situations and everyday situations like getting up early, waking up early in the morning, going for an exercise, runs, coming back to getting prepared our children, sending them back to schools, going for the setting up the day's work, coming back, enjoying the weekend. So we are not enjoying that regular routines in the last 1 year. And fortunately, I'm privileged to be connected with so many positive mindsets like you also around the world through running and fitness, who can motivate me, from whom I can take the inspirations. They are really motivated. Like there are few runners, like Rainy Brett Memel from Johannesburg. He's an
Mm,
inspirational guy. The kind of
absolutely.
transformations that he has done in the last 2.5 years from 2019 to 22 is phenomenal. It is all dedications. See, no one can push you. This is only you. That one point that I mentioned in the topic, that you are your competitor. You cannot compete with others. Having competitions with others doesn't last for too long. You are your competitor first. So there are so many inspirational people which has motivated me. Man, this is the time uh, that I should create a community, whether people will at least, wherever they are, they will start their sharing their achievements, because we need that positivities. John, let me tell you one thing. In today's world, uh, it is not even 1% of the people also who are roaming with these negative mindsets. The rest of the 99% is awesome.
Yes, they
They're
are.
having they are full of positive energies. But we are the human beings, either our natural instinct that we always get attracted to the negativities, whether in our professional life, whether it's in our personal life. But we have to stay away. Like in 2020, I decided, when I used to, receive a lot of this COVID post and all this political post, I just, requested all my contacts, please, for God's sake, don't do this. This is the time you can utilize. Like I have utilized my time to learn languages like Spanish. You must have seen that
Mhm.
I write some broken Spanish and it's a good thing, because when you speak in Spanish or French or any kind of, this is an kind of an added things in your uh, in your biodata, in your curriculum. What is that your the previous experience story? This is all about, this is, you are 2 steps ahead, than others people, if you know more languages. So I have utilized in other way also, got to learn some, certificates on some technical things, some marketing skills. So I just requested them, so that people who have, respected my decisions is most welcome. I'm with them. And people who didn't adhere, I said, sorry boss, I cannot take this all the negativities. Please carry on these negativities in your daily life, and thank you for being for so many days. Because at a certain time you need to draw the line, because you need to see yourself. We are all living for our own. We are not doing things for others people. We have to enjoy. We have to self-care ourselves.
Absolutely.
No,
And we're going to be
we,
talking about self-care. We're going to be talking about everything that you
yes,
talk
yes.
about in just a little bit. I do want
So,
to, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So that has, prompted me to create this community. First, I uh, started this community in WhatsApp, because through WhatsApp we get instant notifications. And one thing I have very much, sure that I have to take the consent, because adding someone in the group, whether it is internationally or nationally, or within India and outside India, is not a big thing. If you have the number, you can also help. But if you know the consent of that person, that on what basis he or she is being added, she'll be serious. Only the serious people will be participating, and they will be doing a good participations in the group.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, it was a very good response. A lot of people started posting the things they like this idea. Then I went to the Facebook group also, and Fitness Fortitude. Initial the names are different, then I changed the names. Changing improvisations had always been there. In life you need to improvise yourself. You cannot stick to oneself, because that is the way of life. And from there, this is something that sharing of the activities. And now I am bringing a platform where coaches will meet athletes. It will be a global platform where the coaches will meet athletes, athletes will meet coaches.
Hmm.
Because this time, these 2 years, a lot of coaches, a lot of trainers have lost their employments. I was in touch with so many people, and 90% have given me the feedback. Yes, I have gotten setback. They are talented, whether it is South Africa, whether it is African countries, whether it is uh, your European lands, whether it is Latin America, whether it is United States, whether it is India, everywhere talents are there. So I'm just working on that technical aspects of that platform, where the profiling of the coaches will be done and the athletes will meet.
Very interesting. I'd be very interested to take a look at that as well. Just for my own
There are
community.
certain, whenever you kickstart a new thing, obviously there are some obstacles you face. So I'm, just going through those obstacles, but trying to overcome one
Very
by
cool.
one, step by step, because you cannot expect the results over the night,
Yeah.
over a fortnight.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Have there ever been any moments where you just wanted to say, you know what, enough is enough? I'm tired of all this. I just want to go back to what I was doing post pandemic and not have to worry about managing this community and that community. Have there ever been any moments? And if there were, what helps you get over them?
Uh, uh, See, everyone, everywhere, we are just pissed off. Like, we are all gone through these 2 years of time, and that is the only way that, bringing the people to share the fitness journeys, their motivational things, has given the goosebumps to each and everyone. And right now, I'm in the process to create this platform. Whether not only, you are sharing your activities, you will be getting a direct access. The athletes will be having a direct access to the coaches, and they will be guiding them, because right now we are all in the, living in a digital age. So, a lot of people are using the social media, but I know the social media is such a thing, such a tool, that you can reach to any corners of the world. Only thing, you should have a good concept. And a positive platform doesn't need any promotion, it always glides automatically. If you have a positive approach, if you have a positive, platform which can create some positivity, some good things in the society, it will always reach you within no time. It may take some time. That is the reason I didn't spend a single penny on my, lot of people have suggested me, you should say, spend some money to have more members. I said no. I always believe in, growing my community in organic manner. I'm fully devoted on this apart from my professional work, and I'm getting a good response, and I'm okay with it, because things don't happen over the night. It
Mhm.
takes some time.
Takes a lot of time. And sometimes it takes a lot of money.
Absolutely.
um,
See, money. I totally agree, money, but your willpower, your passion is first thing. If you have the
Yeah,
passion, if you have decided, if you have made up your mind that yes, I have to do this, then John, you will make your way.
I know. Well, I know, but sometimes you just need the money to buy yourselves the time in order for it
Absolutely.
to be a
True,
success.
true, true,
Like,
true.
we're kind of veering off a little bit, so let me pull us back to where I want to go. And you have this. You and I actually had this conversation maybe about a year ago, where I was going through a really rough patch in my life. I was lost. I was confused. I vanished from social media. You reached out to me and you told me, "Where are you? What's going on?" And I told you, like, I'm in a bad space. And
Mm.
you gave me some really good advice. I never did it because I'm very, um, I won't say skeptical, but I'm going to use the word skeptical when it comes to stuff like yoga. Um, it doesn't feel right for me, so I don't do it. But how important do you think it is for a person to push past their own limiting beliefs in order to improve their mind body connection?
Uh, see, rough patches are with everyone. It is not limiting with you. It is with me also. Whomsoever I have spoken, I was interacting. Rough patches with everyone. And as I mentioned in one of the point is, uh, your mental strength. You have to be mentally strong. Now, mentally strong means we say that you have to be mentally strong. What are the ways? We need to be strong through within ourselves so that we can have a strong mindset, to counter all the negativities around us. Because we need to walk away from the past. We cannot live in the past all the time and learn from the past, live in the present, and improvise the future. This is the way of life. We need to learn from the past. Whatever, like this last 2 years COVID period has taught us many lessons, different lessons. I got many lessons, whether it is in professionally, whether it is personally. I learned from this. Now I had adopted those processes in my present to make a better futures. And we are all destined. God has sent us. Uh, Life and death are the inevitable truths. Nobody can change it. But we had certain objectives to fulfill in our life. If we understand, if we learn the objectives, that what are our objectives, if God has given me these responsibilities, that Arijit, you just spread positivity through fitness and all these things, I'm happy to do it. And I in the future also I will be continuing to do it. And I'm thankful to the all the members, to all the people who has come with me together and supported me. And they will be, I know that they will be continuing their support in the coming in your future also. So
Absolutely.
coming from the mental strength past, these are all important because it somehow impacts our daily life. So there are so many things out there. That first thing that I had to, you need to self-care. We need to introspect. We need to understand what is our objective, why we are here. In the COVID period, a lot of people are doing the regular works, but in COVID, a lot of people, you must have heard about, there are so many newses that a lot of people are not joining back to their companies back, and companies are getting a very hard time to get back their employees, because people during this lockdown, during this caged period, they understand, they have got to know their strengths, their ability, what they can do, what they are doing.
Yeah. Um, One more question before we get into self care, because I really want to dig into the self care part. You said something important that I want to touch up on. People that, you said we have to learn from our past, we have to live in the present. And I totally agree with you. What about the people that live in the future too long? Because that could be a detriment to somebody's uh, mind mindset as well.
Uh, See, ambitiousness, you have to live, like you have to think for the future. But for on my, personal perspective, uh, we cannot always, think for the, yes, we have to think for the future, because if we can't plan for the future, we'll not be able to move ahead in our life. Whatever has happened, that has happened. We have learned from these things. We are implementing the same on the for the present, but we need to chalk out, we need to weigh out a plan for our future. But living all the time in the future may be a problem, a troublesome. So future is obviously because how we need to move ahead, how we will shape up in professional life. We should have a goal, we should have a plan where we can see down the 5 years down the line in our professional life or maybe personal life what we want to achieve. Like I have set my goals. Like since 21, I created this group. Now I have a goal that in another 1 year, maybe 23. This is 22 is going on, almost is 1 month left. So I need to bring this platform. There are problems are there are hiccups are there are obstacles are there, but I'll be able to bring this platform to this world. I can present this platform. That is my goal. But to achieve that goal, we have to work. We cannot live in the future all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree with you there. Totally 100% agree. I have this fault where I live in the past and I live in the future and I don't live today. That's my problem, but it's something that I'm working on myself. Um, let's shift gears a little bit and let's get into self-care habits. You've
Hmm.
touched up on this a lot. What
Hmm.
are some of the self-care habits that you've helped people with?
Uh, See, as we are discussing that this this pandemic uh, uh, just a minute, has been sad for many people, like in terms of profession, in terms of personal life. The first thing that I have implemented in my life, weed out all the negativities in the form of the negative persons, because you are the person who can identify those people in your social circle, in your professional circle. If they are trying to push you, if they are trying to persuade you, if they are trying to force any negative thoughts in you, please draw the line and say thank you very much for being part of my life for so many years, but I cannot take it more. I have my way of life, and your thoughts are not been your negative thoughts is not been appreciated. Maybe for that person these are the positive aspects, but you need to draw the line.
What about people that are trying to manipulate their best interests in you and trying to make it look like it's a good idea for you to do their idea rather than what your idea? What would you tell them?
John, I always respect everyone's views, but I am very much sure about my actions. What about my future actions? If I get anything good things, any positive things from that uh, you know that ideas, I'm always ready. In this, like running of the groups also, I always, because this is not like is an individual, you cannot work anything individually. This is all the team effort, this is all the teamwork. But yes, manipulating someone, I don't appreciate. Yes, if the ideation is good, obviously I will love to go with it, but you cannot manipulate, you cannot persuade any person. Everybody has got, if you have to respect the ideas and the views of all other persons, whether you accept or reject, that is up to you. And if you want to move ahead, you have to accept everyone's views itself.
What point? I would imagine. I mean, there's a point where um, if somebody's views are for your best interest, let's say it's a family member that wants you to do something and you don't want to do it because it's not in line with your goals. Um, how would you tell that person, say, you know what, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I have to do. This is not what I need to do. And if looking into the future, it's going to turn out bad for everybody. How do you present it to them and not hurt their feelings?
Yes, these things happen with me also. Like family members, even close family members, also try to see. Everybody has got different thoughts, and they, from their perspective, they think that this is the best thought, uh, which can pump, into others' minds, and maybe things will turn to be positives. The first thing, how to handling about these situations, I always, try to make an discussions once or twice, personal discussions, not any virtual mode, because personally, things can be sorted out. Many things, many queries have been answered when you sit in with any person personally. So as also he is passing his views, so I will also try to make him understand how this is going to make an effect. Now the question is whether, what is his acceptance, what is his level of acceptance. If he thinks in my line, like, I always believe in accepting views, I always respect other views, other thoughts, other feedbacks. Now if the second person also thinking in my same line, then that is okay. Otherwise I have to say, sorry sir, maybe, your thoughts are not in line. I, tried my level best to make you understand that the way you are talking, maybe this is not going to make an good effect in our life. Now this is up to that person. If you understand, it is okay. Otherwise, I need to move ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you there. I do
I
agree with you
cannot,
there.
I cannot sit, I cannot make any arguments that why you are saying this. Yes, that is my, on a foremost thing, as a family member, I will try to make understand. Boss, this is not going to happen. You have to change.
That has to deal with a lot of self-confidence on one side and a very strong understanding of self. And how would you help somebody develop that sense of strength? Because that is a strength to have.
Please come again, John. I'm not able to get this.
So, what you just said actually is based off of somebody having a very strong self-confidence. So they're confident
Mm,
with themselves and they're confident with their ideals and everything.
mm.
How would you help somebody build that up in them?
Uh, See, there are many things that I have adopted in these last 2 years, which has given me, which taught me many lessons, and I adopted. First thing, give yourself some space every day. You cannot go on working and all your professions and all your things all the time. You need some space. You need some break. So give yourself some breaks every day. And please do not have any self doubts. Means there are a lot of doubts. There are a lot of queries are there in our mind when we come back to home, when we get back to home from our work. There are so many, whether how was the day, how will be the day next day, whether I'll be able to do this, achieve the goal, achieve the targets. These things will continue, but you should not have self-doubts, because I'm a marketing person. I'm an 18 years of experience in marketing. So what I have learned in these 18 years of experience, that you should have a confidence in you and the product, because only then you will be able to present yourself in the front of the clients. Otherwise, clients will not be able to understand you. So there should not be any self-doubts, either in you or not in the product. So you should remove all the self-doubts. And just earlier said that eliminate, we have to draw the line to stay out, to stay away from these all the negative persons. Then whenever you get a chance, go foreign vacations. Like you have traveled, you have a lot of vacations during the time. I'm not that much of fortunate enough. Yes, I did. I went for some, uh, some business trips. It always gives you some break from the daily life, from the monotonous life, that everyday life that you're living. Always having some leisure, maybe with your family, with your friends. or at certain time for an days or two, even solo also, a single. So whenever you get time, you always go for a laser travel. Just I was discussing, because it always soothes your mind. It refreshes your mind. It revitalizes your mind and body both, whether with your family or anything, family trip, friends with friends, or maybe for an 1 day trip. If you get a chance, go for a trip. Everywhere we have some, the good things and bad things.
Oh,
Good things, good things you should keep, you should enjoy with your near and dear ones.
right.
You
You
should
were
not, you should not, like, one should not, get into the bad things, like, discussing the bad things always, because there's a simple logic. Success has many relatives, we know, and failure is an orphan. So if we discuss the failure, it makes no sense. We know that success has many fathers, many relatives. We should discuss the good things, whatever we achievements with our, parents, with our siblings, with our brothers, with our sisters, with your friends. It gives you the goosebumps. Yeah, a lot of people will be attracted. Oh, yes, he has done so many things here. That you accept all these things, because you know that these are the people, when you are will be going in adverse situations, they will be no more, except few, except very closer ones. All of the people will leave, because this is the logic of the life. When you get the success, a lot of people will be attracted, a lot of will be get sticky to you, but failure doesn't have any face. You need to face that failure.
interesting. How important is failure?
Very important. Without failure, you cannot enjoy the taste of success. With failures only you will learn the mistakes, because failure means somewhere you have made some mistakes. That is the reason of failure. Maybe it is a time of matter of time, is a coincidence. There are many situations happens, but you get to know what are the reasons of the failure. Like, I'm working on this project on the fitness fortitude. There are many things, there are many obstacles that come. I'm trying to understand those technical aspects, understand personally, and we'll discuss with my team, with the other people who are working on it. So failure and obstacles are very important. It is only, yes, during the failure, during that adverse time, we get certain setbacks, that our mind strength got down. We said, oh, I could have done this, I could have done this. But always, you see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
A train cannot move all the time in the tunnel. There will be light.
Wonderful analogy. Wonderful analogy. You said something else that I wanted to ask you about going on vacation, just unplugging yourself from your surroundings. Um, I before had the ability and the time to do it. Now that I've become a solopreneur, and I don't have the time, nor do I have the money to unplug myself from my work. What would your advice be to people who don't have the means to, hop on a plane and head over to Mumbai for 2 weeks?
Uh, See, I totally believe. For going vacations, you need the time also. You need to take the permission from your professional work, and obviously, the reality is that you should have an money in your wallet also. It is okay. Uh, we don't have all the situations, the same situations all the time. My point is that whenever you get a chance, leisure travel doesn't mean that you will move out of your Florida, or maybe I will moving out Mumbai all the time. It's not been. If we in the weekends time also, if we get a chance, then in our surrounding areas there will be many good places out there. We can just unplug ourselves, going out to the villages. We can invite some friends, we can have some good talks apart from the professions. And let's keep one things, I'm coming to this point also. most of the time we mix up with this professional and personal life. We need to maintain a proper balance between the professional and personal life. We should not bring the profession inside our home. When we are home, we should be with our family, with your friends, whatever we discuss. That is your time. That is your individual time. Please don't bring that employer's views inside your home and make some disturbance in your personal life.
Mhm.
So it's not that, we'll be going out all the time. Obviously, it needs money. I totally agree. I totally understand. But in our surroundings also, there are so many good places out there. We can go for a good walk. We can go for an, small tour in our, we can go for a city tour with our friends or maybe some colleagues or like whosoever. So this is the way you need some break, because that revitalizes your mind. And when you get refreshed your mind, then your productivity will be more in the coming days.
Interesting. Interesting. You brought up another talking point that I want to touch up on, and COVID was an instigator for this. A lot of people now are working from home, so they
Mm.
have no choice but to bring their employer into their home space.
Oh, that is see this something, I think life is coming back to normalcy in India. Yes, there are some companies who still are going from work from home, but that is an situations that has prompted this, bringing the office inside the home. There is no other choices. uh, yes, work from home, it seems to be, sound very nice that you need to go out, but ultimately we are not enjoying the daily thing. Like, wherever going for an office session, we have a daily schedule is there. We know that we need to wake up this time, we need to get ourselves prepared, we need to catch metros, then we didn't reach office. Those things are really missing. But as of now, in India, if I'm talking about, now work from office has been more much prevalent. Maybe in US or maybe other countries still work from home is there. But you need to, really assess yourself that at certain point of time, whether it is not going to make any impact on my personal life, on my family life. And wherever you get a chance, please try to have a break. Because yes, you have created an workstations at any corner of your home with all the setups and all these things. That is your office, I know. But at certain time you need a break. You should have a break, and you should to speak out. A lot of people, whatever I have seen in the professional life, they don't speak out. Please speak out with your friends, with your HR persons or any able, like, I cannot, take these things further, please. This is something, impact on my personal life. I'm sure that people will be, people are very understanding. They will understand your points. A lot of people, try to suppress the facts. They do not speak out. At certain point of time, you need to speak out. That is also one of the part of your self-care. That is, you are not taking care of yourself.
Yep, absolutely. At the beginning of the show, you actually talked about a very interesting concept where people have a tendency. I'm guilty of this myself, where I compare myself to so many other people. Everybody's over here, and I'm over here. What are some tools that you can give people to help them stop comparing themselves to others?
See, John, everybody has got, abilities and capabilities. In my community, there's so many talents are there. Uh, all the people, won't be having the same talents, but we need to understand those talents, the different talents, and bring those positivities in our life. And comparing, as I told you, that we are our own competitor. The competitions with others does not last for too long, because when you see the mirror na, then you can make those, those unfinished things to make a better future for yourself. The world is not going to come and guide you to what you are going to be. You need to understand. We need to understand what are the flaws are there within us. What I have done today, what I've done in the last month, where is the fault, where are the mistakes, what the flaws are done, where the loopholes are there. So we are our competitors in running also. I don't see, a lot of people I see, trying to pace with, in on my surroundings, just try to, the show off that I am a best runner. Okay, it's okay. You go and you go for and you finish off your run. I'm satisfied with my timings. I'm satisfied with my race. That is the satisfactions level you should have, because this is also one of the major key factors to bring negativities and some, a lot of negative thoughts in your mind when we started too much of comparing with others. Maybe he has got that much of resources, so he or she is doing that better things, but my time will also come. Time will change, brother. Time never remains in the same line.
Yeah. Um, I'm not saying that this next question is directed to a certain person, but one of the members in your group, um, he is probably the definition of somebody not being in competition with somebody else. Renee Memel. I'm going to call him out by name. And I hope he
Mm,
listens to this because he
mm.
has been through the last, what, like 6 months. He's been through hell. He's been through
Yes, yes.
absolute hell. And like to go from
Abs-
where what happened to
ab-
him
True,
to
true, true,
back to running,
true,
um,
true,
I have nothing but utmost respect for this man. Um,
true,
what are your
true.
thoughts on Renee's story?
Oh, Rini is incredible. I We are in touch with Rini. I'm in touch with Rini almost 2 years, and since the beginning of the inception of this fitness fortitude on the WhatsApp, he is with me. Uh, if you see, I will share, his pictures just 2 year, 2.5 years back. He's very fluffy chicks and getting late early in the morning, going back to work. This is a regular day. One day he decides that yes, I need to change myself, and that is the day. That is the day, and today is the day. There are tremendous changes in his way of life. Yes, for the last 6 months, he was in hell. The kind of an incident that after this dog attacks, pit bull attacks, he has gone that trauma. I'm sure that nobody should get into this kind of traumas, this kind of painful things, because he has gone so many of surgeries also. And this is, again, the willpower. That is the what we learn from each other, how to overcome those situations. 1 month, the fellow was completely confined at home. Doctor has completely, but he didn't, like he needs to go out on the roads running, but he used to go and work out in the gym for small running, because at least certain point of time, if if you just from it, it will impact on your running strength and all these things. He has maintained that diets and all these things, and then just I think 2 weeks back, he has done a full marathon, Soweto marathon, with a fantastic timing.
Yeah.
You must have also seen the group also. I think
Yeah.
in the next, I think next to next week, he's in another half marathon. So he's incredible. He's incredible. There is no doubt about that. He's really inspiration for all, and we all love.
The guy's a machine. The guy's an absolute machine. I mean,
Absolutely, absolutely.
like getting attacked viciously by by two pit bulls 6 months ago, massive surgeries that didn't know whether he was going to live or die, and now he fit, like you said, like what was it, like a couple weeks ago, finished his first marathon. I'm like, this guy's incredible.
See, as I, I'm on almost very much with him. You can say this is an second life he has got after these dog attacks, because the way he has got attacked, there is no chances.
Yeah,
It is very minuscule chances, very rare chances, but he has got a second life. So there's a thing.
absolutely. It's 100% accurate. We're coming up close to the end of the show, and these are the 7 or 8 questions I ask all my guests, and I'd like to get your perspective on them.
Oh, you can. He's a real inspiration. I would also like to join that group, the show also. If you really invite me, he's a real inspiration. His inspirations are, has glided to every corners. Whether it's in India, everybody loves it. Like everybody is, because it. apart from this, these 6 months, before 6 months, whatever, if you see, last 2 years journey, before the 2 years, he was a very slow, very, easy to go crime individuals. And, his face, all these things. But one day he decides that I need to change myself. That is the so nobody has pushed him. That is what I'm pushing you. You are your own confidence. When he had seen in front of the mirror that what I am presently and what I'm going to transform myself in the next 1 year, maybe 1.5 years. So that has brought him these current situations. Right now, he is doing a marathon at 3:30 time. He is clocking the time of 3:30 in a marathon. And South Africa, the roads are very uphills and downhills. Running on a flat road is a totally different thing. But when you're going on uphill and downhill, is altogether a different story. You need to have a lot of stamina.
Absolutely. It's like I said, like his story is so inspirational. It's literally
Very inspirational. Very inspirational. One lady from, I think you also last time when I made this Google Meet, Zuana Lisa from Trinidad and Tobago. She also runs every day, kind of an like hard work, a lot of responsibilities of two daughters, an ailing mother. She never misses the daily runs, daily workout in the gym. So everyone, see, I don't see for my group, there is no building group, or maybe there is a guy from Jerry Fraser in California. He's 60. You can see the kind of a physique that he has maintained. This is all the mindset we have. But what we see, beyond this 5 years down the line, 4 years down the line, that makes a difference.
Absolutely. We're coming up close to the end of the show, and these are the 7 or 8 questions I ask all my guests. I just want to get your perspective on these 7 or 8 topics. With the increase in people suffering from depression from the constant uncertainty that we've been living through for the last 2 to 3 years, what would be the one thing that you could tell them to keep their hopes up?
There are many things. I would not say I will be limiting in only one thing. There are many things, many points, that we need to focus. Always that I have, just discussed that. Always try to be in touch with some positive persons in a professional personal way. Second thing, try to express your gratitude. Wherever you are going for, you are visiting local shops, grocery shops, dairy shops, wherever. Say thank you for the services in our, when you express attitude, gratitude to every to your colleagues or maybe your known persons or unknown persons also, coming from an Amazon delivery boy also, then you feel a happy mood. You should get off from that, yes, I have done something, I have expressed, and that person also feels very good about you. Yes, there are billions of people are there. You need to make a difference. Like the crowds are there. You need to really move out of the crowd. Then we need to work differently. Then, as we know, 30 minutes, spend some time at least for yourself. This is an also self, or without waiting out the activities. Whether you walk, exercise, give at least 30 minutes, half an hour in yourself. Wherever you are maybe on a business trip. Keep everybody, like, we are not just concerned about our own. Even if you see there are so much pressures, taking care of the entire country, there are so many things are there. They will take out their time. So this is absolutely a myth. I don't have the time. I have a lot of people. I don't have the time. Because you are not the prime minister, you are not the president. You can. Push, make a schedule. Yes, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or maybe week you can miss. I can understand everybody has schedules, different occasions, but at least you can take half an hour time from our day yourself. You go for a run or you go for a walk. If you're not able to do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening time, afternoon time, as per. But take out minimum half an hour time on a daily basis.
That's cool.
Then the most important thing, every person has got certain hobbies. So you should enjoy your hobby.
Mm-hmm.
This COVID
100%.
time, this COVID time has given a lot of people out. That is the reason, people had introspected and understood their abilities during this time. And that is the reason they're not going back when these things coming back to normalcy. A lot of people are having a tough time in bringing back their old employees because now people have understood, what we can do, what we have done so far. Because hobbies, you need to explore, you need to, rejuvenate, invigorate your hobbies again.
Yep.
Whatever your hobbies, your gardening, your stamp collections, or maybe any hobbies, paints, arts, you should not leave. That gives you the goosebump. That is one of the added additions of yourself. That is the way you will be different from others. No? Not all the persons is fortunate enough to having these kind of qualities. This is all.
Very good. Very good. What's the one thing that you do daily that amplifies your ability to stay focused?
One thing that from pre-COVID and post-COVID, yes, life has a drastic change. But one thing that I do on a regular, uh, staying completely, keeping myself away from the negativities, from the negative persons. And that makes me, always a healthy approach to talk and to speak and to understand others' views. That is what I have decided in 2020 only. Boss, you need to move out from these negativities.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
If you could pick up the phone and call yourself at 20 years old, what would you tell yourself?
Yes, I will simply call Arijit. Go get up and just smash it off. It is your time. No one can stop you. And this is not with me. This is with everyone.
Love it. Love it. Looking back, would you change anything?
Yes, there are a lot of changes out there. Like in these 2 years, there are a lot of changes. I have learned so many things in terms of my profession, in terms of my personal life, and I got to overcome those things to a greater extent and still working out on this. And in my lifestyle also, whenever I get a time, try to extend my help to people because this time, post-COVID, a lot of people, they need your helping hand. So wasting out the time in other some unnecessary activities, if we reach out to those people, it would be a great thing for us. So always I always try to do with on the groups activities, my surrounding areas also. Wherever I see a needy person or needy anything, I always try to reach out and make some necessary helping hand to him.
Scares you?
Not nothing, John. I'm been like I'm not been scary at this time. Whatever will happen, that will happen for good. Always focus on your goal and go get it, smash it off.
Awesome. Awesome. Where do you see Fitness Fortitude in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, this is not something I'm looking at in business point of view. Yes, I'm trying to build and say, if I got an opportunity to create a platform, whether people will be get benefited, I will be privileged and I'll be fortunate enough to have those got opportunity to create this platform. And in the next 5 years, people will really like coaches, and it will be a win-win situations for everyone. The way the fitness industry has gotten setback in the last 2 years, this fitness industry, I'm in the process to invigorate that industry once again.
100% agree with you there. 100% agree with you there. What about you personally? Where do you see yourself personally in 5 years?
Uh, See, as of now, till the time I've spent half of the life, like almost 40 now, and I have, enjoyed almost all the things. But right now, my focus is to if my I can do something positive things in others' lives, making an healthy society. Right? So my focus, I'm focusing on this is how this is the course which brought me this fitness fortitude.
Very
So
cool.
I cannot see myself. I cannot see myself. I can see there's growth, community, all the members.
Where can people find more about you?
Ah, where can people find more about me?
Yes.
Yes, I mean it's everywhere. Like obviously, to reach out to the people, we should know. I have a Facebook account. I mentioned Facebook account. I have a Facebook page also, and I would really appreciate what you do. Really appreciate and share their motivational and positive journeys. So the links are with you. So it will be great because I don't think, as I told you, I don't think whatever I'm thinking that is only for me. Some positivities to bring this to invigorate the fitness industry way back what is used to be happen in 2.5 years back. So for that I need cooperation associations with everyone. So I would really appreciate joining the group, share their motivational journeys, get connected like this, like what we were doing last year also something. So this is all matter of time and the kind of an work pressures that we have. I haven't time, I have always an a tendency to make this kind of virtual things with each other because connections, getting connected, understanding, sharing the activities, sharing the things, this is something, but we need to know each other. So I would really appreciate people join the group, people really share their motivation, and I respect all views. Any suggestions, any feedbacks are always welcome.
And I will post all your links with the show notes so everybody has easy access to you
Absolutely,
and Fitness
absolutely.
Fortitude and everything that you do. Because Fitness Fortitude, like you said, I've been a member of the group for over a year. I'll be honest, it's been over a year. And just looking at the stories, because I haven't been doing any running or walking in a long while, it's pushing me to it's giving me inspiration to go forward. So it's a really good platform, and I think everybody should have access to it.
Thank you very much.
Any final thoughts?
See, final thoughts are thoughts are many, but I like to share one important aspect that I have started very recently. The world needs love and compassion this time. The world needs help from each other, but unfortunately, it is a million billions of people. But the change has to come from within us only. We need to really change. You may find, everywhere in professional, in our personal circle, we find some needy people like, uh, you know. So at least if we reach 3% in our life and made some necessary contributions, extend our help and ask those 3% to help the another 3%. That assistance will go everywhere.
Yeah, very
I
good.
would say this is the power of three because the network that's will reach to every corner.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
recently started this. I recently started this. Whosoever I meet, I always request them, please reach out at least 3 people in your circles. Wherever you find any 3 people, needy persons, and extend your help to them and request them, please, they also help another 3 persons. Because no politicians, no one will come for your help, for your rescue. It is only us. Like during COVID also, when everything was shut down, I personally created lots of WhatsApp groups in local WhatsApp groups, and trying to help each other with some bloods, with some other oxygen cylinders and anything else. So the world needs the love and patience, and at least we can make a change. So if we can make this power of three be inevitable in our life, I think it will be phenomenal.
Ar- Arijit,
And one thing more related to fitness is do give yourself 30 minutes daily, and remain healthy.
thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for the community that you created. I can't stop talking enough about it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see the new platform that you're creating and anything more that you do. It's so needed right now. So thank you for being that light of positivity in this really dark, dank, crappy existence that some people might be living through. So I appreciate you for all the hard work that you put in. Thank you for that.
See, this is not me, John. This is all of you. Rainy, John, Joanna, Jerry, all of us. See, this is all teamwork. I have got this concept, but all of you have made contributions, understand the concept, and make these things happen. So this is all teamwork. So
I
thank you to
understand.
all. Thank you to all of my group members who have always supported me and will continue my support. And
Awesome.
thank you once again to you to bring this platform to me to share the thoughts about the group and some other important aspects that we had, and fantastic discussions on this Saturday evening for Sunday morning. And hope to see once again with other group members like I used to do. So
For
it was
sure.
a really nice interactions.
For sure. For sure. Going through hard times is just a test. What you need to know is that when you get out of whatever you're going through, you will be stronger than ever before, and you don't need to go through it alone. Always know that you are not alone. Stay tuned for more real people with amazing stories that are just like yours. Until then, to everyone out there listening, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you may be in this crazy world. Hey, everybody, John Catavos from Resilient Reboot Productions. I want you guys to be able to access all the content that we're putting out with Resilient Reboot Productions, and we're moving it to a very special location. So I don't want you guys to miss out on the chance to become part of the vibrant and supportive Resilient Reboot Productions community. Join us today and connect with like-minded individuals who are passionate about personal development, mindset, resilience, and growth. By becoming a member, you'll gain access to a wealth of valuable resources, including exclusive content, live events, and discussion forums where you can share your thoughts and insights on the latest podcast episodes. Take action now and join our community to start your journey towards a more fulfilling and resilient life.